Hi, everybody. This is Julia Campbell, and I was supposed to be live on the Belive TV app page today at 11:30 a.m. If you went there, I'm so sorry. We had some technological fails, as normally happens in my life. So there was a gigantic fail. It didn't work. I couldn't connect my camera. It's a really boring story, but I thought I have an entire Facebook Live training prepared for you, and I got makeup on, I have earrings, I have a manicure, I have a dress. I mean, I look pretty good today. So I thought, why waste it all? I'm just going to do my Facebook training right now, just to myself. Doesn't matter. If you want, comment, let me know where you're watching from. Let me know your biggest questions on Facebook Live. Let me know if you can hear me, because I'm using my microphone and sometimes I worry that it's not plugged in correctly. But anyway, let's get started. So the whole session that I prepared for Belive TV's first birthday was all around how to create a promotions calendar for your Facebook Live broadcasts. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So we're going to go through it step by step. And I've got my notes and I've got my little fancy agenda. All right, so the first step, I mean, it sounds kind of simple, right? Choose a date and time for your broadcast. You can't really create your promotions calendar without choosing a date and time. So what I encourage you to do is study your Facebook insights. And actually, I'm going to share my screen so you can see my Facebook insights. So you want to study your Facebook insights because you want to be able to see when your audience is most active on Facebook. You will get reach after the live broadcast. That's important to understand. But you obviously want people to be on there when you're live. So study your insights. So the way you do that is you go to your Facebook page and let me see if I can do it this way. Let's see. There we go. Go to your Facebook page. Go to Insights. It's really fancy. Go to Posts. And then go to When Your Fans Are Online. And that's what you want to see. And it might take a while to load data. So statistics show that if you do broadcast, if you have to broadcast during the workday, that between 1 to 3 p.m. in your time zone tends to be the best time. And otherwise, 6 to 9 p.m. gets the most engagement. I would love to do a Facebook Live at 6 to 9 p.m., but nobody except maybe my mom and my mother-in-law and maybe my grandparents, the grandparents, want to see what happens in my house from 6 to 9 p.m. That's dinner, bath, bedtime, that kind of thing. So unfortunately, I can't usually do Facebook Lives between 6 and 9, but I've heard that's the best time. So clearly Facebook is down again, but ideally you'd be able to see when your fans are online, and then you would get to know your audience and get to know what works for them. So I can't really tell you what's going to work best for your audience. All right, so let's go to number 2. When creating your promotions calendar, if you're using Belive, I really recommend using the Belive TV app. I use it. There's a free trial, but there are so many benefits that you can get when you're using it. And of course, I created this whole presentation to give on the Belive TV app. But other than just this fancy little cool, let me see, this fancy little agenda down at the bottom, you also get to write a description. Let's see, like Caitlin Batcher. I love her descriptions. So she does a lot. She schedules them with Belive. Remember, there has to be a reason for them to be watching live. So are you coaching? Are you giving something away? Is something crazy going to happen? With me, you just never know what's going to happen, if there'll be a technology fail or a plane flying overhead like I have right now. But there should be a reason for them to watch live. However, when you are scheduling your promotions calendar, make sure you you block some time in your schedule to write a great little promo, just like Caitlin did. Why you must create a Facebook group before you launch your online program. No buts about it, right? So you see this. And then she does a plus. She does bullet points. And then what you would see here, because she already did this Facebook Live, what you would see here if you were using Belive TV would be a little RSVP. And actually, I think I have one on my page to show you. So what I usually do when I create my promotions calendar, I determine when I'm going to go live. I schedule the date and time in the Belive TV app. So this is what it looks like. Join me live on Facebook this Friday, October 20th at noon. And then this is what we're going to talk about. And actually, I didn't follow the best practice like Caitlin did of using bullet points, which I should do, and I can edit it. You can always edit this, and then people can get reminders, and they can like it, and they can share it, and they can do all these other things with it. So it's just like a little reminder. It's almost like an RSVP. So make sure you're scheduling it in Belive. You're writing a catchy title and a description. The other advantage if you use Belive is that you get a unique URL that you can then use in your marketing. And we're going to talk about how to use this URL in your promotions calendar, right? Okay, so number 3, we already did schedule in Belive. Let's get to number 3, create an agenda. And that's what I'm using right now. And you create an agenda in Belive with these little bullet points that you don't have to type. You just press show on the screen. And these are the main talking points that you're going to cover. It's not necessarily a script, because the way I like to think about Facebook Live is you want it to be a party. You don't necessarily want it to be stuffy. You certainly want it to be a party, spontaneous and fun, but still organized and put together. You don't want to look crazy, okay? You can also create a slide deck, which if you've ever seen my Facebook Lives, you do know that I often create slide decks for you and then show my screen, and then you could do it just like a webinar. So figure out if you want to do that. Okay, number 4 in creating a promotions calendar, email your list. If you have an email list of 20 people, you still want to email them because you want to be at least telling somebody that you're going live. I suggest telling people 48 hours beforehand and encourage them to click on the direct link. So you send an email and they click on this link. See, I'm highlighting it. And then they go to this exact post and then they can get the reminder. So while they're thinking about it, while they have their email open, while they're thinking about it, they're going to click on the link. They're going to go to your Facebook Live little reminder post and get a reminder. And click get reminder, reminder set. Very, very easy. That's number 4. Okay. Number 5 in creating a promotions calendar for your Facebook Live broadcast. Use Instagram stories or Periscope or whatever else you use. I happen to love Instagram stories and use Instagram stories all the time. So you can create a nifty looking graphic free using Adobe Spark. This is Adobe Spark. This is a graphic that I created for free. I created this actually for my Giving Tuesday webinar that I gave a few weeks ago, and this link it's still up there. So think about and look at what Adobe Spark is. So you put a picture, you put some text in, then you can just kind of swing it around. It'll change the fonts, it'll change the sizing, you can change the layout, you can change the palette, you can change the background. I mean, it's pretty amazing. I really like Adobe Spark. The best part is that Adobe Spark has free templates you can use for Instagram stories. So you could create an Instagram story graphic all about your Facebook Live that's coming up. So you want to make sure you put in your promotions calendar, schedule time to create an Instagram story graphic, and then you're going to download it, email it to yourself, or somehow get it to your phone. Adobe Spark is an app. You can also use it on your phone. And then you're going to upload it to your Instagram story when you're ready to do it. Another way that I use Instagram stories to promote my Facebook Lives is if I'm having a day where I'm going to a conference or I have a client meeting and I actually have makeup on and earrings and a dress just like I do today, I will batch some Instagram stories. If I know something is coming up, I will say, hey, everybody, I'm going to go live on Friday I'm going to talk about XYZ. Make sure you join me. Here's the link below. And I save it to my phone because Instagram stories, you can upload stories from your camera roll. Of course, it has to be within the last 24 hours. So you can't do it that far ahead of time, but still something to think about, right? Okay. So number 6, we are creating our promotional, we're creating our promotions calendar for the next time we go on Facebook Live. And number 6 is schedule a series of tweets. And there's going to be 3 separate ways you schedule tweets. Schedule tweets beforehand with that unique URL that I was talking about so people can get reminders and so it gets on people's calendars. Make sure you write a different tweet each time though. Make sure you include the URL. Don't just send people to your Facebook page and expect them to know what you're talking about. Send them to the unique URL of your Facebook Live video so that they can get the reminder and get notified. This is the series of tweets you're going to send beforehand. Okay, those are they're called promotional tweets. Then number 7, you're going to schedule tweets right when you go live. You're going to use Hootsuite or Buffer or any number of free tools. I personally like Hootsuite and Buffer. And you can schedule them up to the minute. So you can write a tweet that says, hey, everybody, I'm live now on Facebook talking about this. Send them to the link and then schedule it for noon on Friday or whatever day you're going to go live. Same kind of thing. You don't want to schedule 45 tweets that say that. You might want to send one at noon and then one at 12:05. And then depending how long you're going to be on Facebook, if you know you're going to be on for a long time, you can schedule tweets during your broadcast. I usually just schedule 1 or 2 at the beginning. Okay. Number 8, schedule tweets asking people to watch the replay. So this is assuming that there's not a technology fail and that everything is working, because obviously if things are not working, then you have to go back and delete those tweets, but it's really not a big deal. So schedule tweets beforehand to promote the replay that will go out maybe an hour after your Facebook Live video concludes, maybe the day after, maybe 2 days after. You created this great Facebook Live video. You want to get as much traction out of it as possible. And with the Belive TV app, you have that unique URL that you can direct people to. You're not directing people to your main Facebook page where the Facebook Live video could be sort of crashed and, sort of down the page. So schedule tweets asking people to watch the replay. These are all tasks in your promotions calendar. Number 9. This is a good one. So Mari Smith talked about this a lot on the Belive TV broadcast, and I have to go back and rewatch it because she just gave such great information. She talked a lot about boosting posts. Her entire presentation was about strategic organic reach and paid reach. But what I recommend doing, just what's worked for me, is to give your post, your Facebook Live broadcast, after you've concluded it, give it about 24 hours and see what kind of organic reach it can get. Usually it'll get more organic, that means unpaid reach, than you think. Facebook loves Facebook Lives. Your audience loves Facebook Live. So think about just giving it a little bit of time to almost simmer, to settle down, to be seen in people's news feeds, that kind of thing, before you post it. What I've seen is that if I boost it too quickly, I don't get as much reach as I potentially could. So I usually let it sit for about 24 hours. Then I boost it maybe for $9, $10. And I usually see exponential reach after that. So that's just a tip. So that's number 9. So we're at number 10. in my top tips for creating a Facebook Live promotional calendar. Number 10, schedule time to repurpose the video. 2 ways that you can repurpose it. So let's go back to the split screen. One is to put it in your blog. So 3 engagement crushing mistakes nonprofits are making on social media, what to do about it. I did this training as a Facebook Live last Friday, and then I kind of repurposed my talking points and a little bit of an introduction. I created a quick graphic in Canva, and I put it on my blog, and I embedded the video in my blog. So that's going to get you even more reach and exposure for your Facebook Live video. You want to make sure that you are doing this when you're creating your promotions calendar. You don't want your promotion of your Facebook Live video to end simply when you click the end broadcast. You don't want it to end. You can put it in LinkedIn. What I also do is I download the video and I upload it to my YouTube page. Of course, that doesn't give you Facebook reach, but it still gives you reach for content. It gives you another way that you can get your content out in front of your audience. So there you have it, my 10 top tips, how to create a promotions calendar for your Facebook Live broadcast. I would love to take any questions you have. Make sure you write them in the comment section. And I will definitely see you all. Let me just make sure this goes back down. I will see you on Friday at noon, where I talk about some of the highlights from the Social Tools Summit and some of the ways that nonprofits can use these tools to help build their movements, engage their community, and really create more of an impact. So this is Julia Campbell signing off. Take care. Have a great rest of your day.